Hello everybody, Mr. LegoLover55 here, and welcome to another LEGO set review. Today we're taking a look at set 500538, the Minifigure Factory. This set is recommended for ages 7 and up, and has around 86 pieces. So this is a promotional set that was available sometime in March, and also through February. You can get it by making a LEGO purchase online or at a LEGO store with a purchase of $75 or more, at least in USD. But anyways, enough about that. So here on the box, you can see we've got set info, we've got what the actual thing looks like, LEGO logo there. On the back, just shows some of the features, other stuff, minifigure thing, and that's pretty much it. So I believe the way to open this up is you take this little slip off, I guess. It's just a very thin sort of plastic covering. Plastic, glossy type of paper covering. This is what the whole little box looks like. You can open it up, I think, from right there. Yep, just like that. Open it up like that, and here we have everything. So we've got this plate, which I guess is glued down. You've all got a bag of pieces, the instruction manual, and this little cardboard thing. So I'm going to go ahead and build this thing, and I'll be right back. Okay, so here is the set all built up, and as you can see, the majority of this build is primarily this cardboard box, which was the original packaging. But I'm just going to go ahead and take out the minifigure so you can get a look at all of this other stuff. So this is, I believe, supposed to be a minifigure factory, and as you can see, we've got several different types of minifigures here. From right to left, I guess, we've got the classic Copt, one of the first minifigures ever to be made. And then, so, I guess there's a cool feature. So if you push this, it'll slide over, and then the little thing will change, so it'll show the actual minifigure. Then next up, we have the 1980s Blue Spaceman, so, yeah, or Benny, I guess. So there, and it also, sorry, it also shows the date. So this, the Classic Cop was, first introduced in 1978, then the Classic Spaceman, or the blue one, was in 1984. And then we've got one of the classic pirates, so that's pretty cool. Although the printing on this one is a little different than that, but we'll get to that later. But yeah, this one was made in 1989. Then we have this hospital lady or something. I don't know the actual name, but this was, I believe, in the collectible minifigure series, the very first collectible minifigure series. This was introduced in 2010. And then last up, we have Pixel from Ninjago, which was introduced in a 2014 set. Now, I don't know why they chose Pixel of all of them. I don't understand why they would choose her. Maybe because Ninjago's a really popular theme, but I don't know why they would choose Pixel of all the Ninjago characters. A bit weird, but hey, it still looks pretty cool. And I do have some of these figures to actually, some of the figures to actually compare to, so we'll take a look at that later. But yeah, you can slide this over, and you can see there's just plates underneath, so that's pretty neat. I've got some printed pieces all around here, like these 1x2 tiles with some sort of caution printing there. You've got this little thing, this little cart, which basically you can use this to sort of put the minifigures in there, just like this, and carry them out like that. And they do all fit in there, which was something that I thought they wouldn't be able to do, but you are able to fit them all in here. Just like that. So yeah, you can see they can all fit in there, and you can have your minifigures sort of push them along. Just have them hold on to that. So that is really cool. You can have them just roll it all like that. But yeah, just taking a look at the rest of this set, you can see just on the detailing on the cardboard, you can see there's just some little details there. You've got a picture of a minifigure there catching a fish. You've got a party hat, a cake that has 40 on it, which is supposed to be representing the 40th anniversary of the LEGO minifigure. We've got some presents, a jar of cookies, air horn for some reason. And then over here we've got the LEGO minifigure patent, which is pretty cool. I actually do have a picture of this in my room, so it's not exactly the same as this, but it's still pretty cool. But you can see just for other detailing on the cardboard, we've got that thing right there, that wood thing. And taking a look at this from the back, it actually does look pretty neat as well. You've got, this is sort of the frame that has all the pictures of the minifigures there, and basically when you slide that, you'll cover up this picture of the minifigure that's included in this set, and reveal this picture which is pretty neat. So yeah, and then we've got some little outlines of minifigures here. And if you want to, you can always, like, you can close this up if you want to, so you can put, like, all these back in there, and just have it, like, close up for easy storage, which is nice. And then you've got sort of the outside of a Lego factory, so you've got, like, a door there, the Lego logo, and again, another little outline of a minifigure with, like, a warehouse door. It says 1978, I believe that is the year, the first minifigure was introduced. Let me just check. Yeah, it is, so that's pretty cool. But, overall, that's pretty much it for the set, so let's go ahead and take a look at the figure and micro figures. So here is the first and only minifigure included in this set. This is, I guess, the Lego Minifigure Factory employee, I guess. You can see he's got some pretty nice detailing on the torso. He's got a nice yellow shirt there. And a cool Lego logo on the back, so that is definitely something that's always cool. It's just always cool to get sort of Lego employees as minifigures. The face, I'm not sure if the face is an exclusive print or not. I don't think it is, but he doesn't have any sort of alternate face, so that's there. Hairpiece is, of course, not anything special. His pants are nothing special because there's not really any print, it's just regular black pants. And then he's also got a magnifying glass here, which it's one of those that actually works, so I'm just going to take one of these micro figures, take the policeman, and sort of put it up to there. It's a bit hard to do it on camera, but I'm going to try. You can see it does work in some way. Maybe I need to reverse it like that. There we go. You can sort of see his face there, and then his torso print. It sort of works. Ah, that's better. You have to do a little bit closer. But yeah, it's one of those that actually works, and it definitely is very fitting with a set that includes these micro figures. But that's pretty much it for this guy, so let's take a look at the actual micro figures. So here are all of the micro figures, and they are all very, very detailed. So here we have the classic policeman. His torso print is pretty much spot on. It's just very accurate to how it would look, and just it looks very good for a micro figure. And then his face print, of course, is just a classic smiley face. And then for his cap, for his police hat, they just did white printing on the top and had that go all the way around, which I think looks pretty cool. And they sort of did that also with the yellow on his head. And of course, it's not, if you look at it, it's sort of a little bit off, but it doesn't matter. It's really hard to get good printing on micro figures, and I think this is a really good attempt at it. We'll just move him off to the side. Then next up we have the 1980s Blue Spaceman, so this one is definitely really cool looking. Probably one of the more simpler prints, mainly because there isn't a whole lot of print or paint application on this one, but this one is definitely pretty accurate, I guess, as it can be, except maybe for the space logo, it's more to the side, to the top corner instead of in the middle. But actually, now that I'm looking at it, it is sort of like that on the actual figure. And speaking of which, this is one of the figures that I do sort of have. I have the Benny version. I don't have like the actual original version of it, but I do have the Benny version. You can just see how small these are compared to a regular minifigure, which is pretty funny. But yeah, of course, he also doesn't have like the little space pack on him, but that's to be expected, and I think it still looks pretty cool. Then we have the classic Pirate Man here, or Pirate, or whatever it is, because this is probably one of the more inaccurate ones that they based it off of, because if you look in the actual set, it's based off of one that has, let me see, it's based off of one that has a yellow torso and blue pants, and I feel like, I don't know, this was probably one of the more inaccurate ones, and something that I'm just a little bit baffled by is why they didn't have the yellow face print go all the way around the head, because they did it with the policeman, probably just to save on money for this, but that's perfectly understandable, because this is still a pretty good figure. I definitely do like how the torso print looks, it definitely looks very accurate as well, and that's pretty much it for that. Then we have the Nurse, I believe that's the actual name for this character, which was in Series 1 of the LEGO minifigures, so this is a pretty cool figure as well. So also the torso print is pretty accurate as well. A lot of the torso prints on these are pretty accurate, honestly. As you can see, for the hair, it's just brown paint applied on just a white base. That's pretty cool. And then you've also got the yellow for the face, which definitely looks pretty neat. This is definitely probably one of my least favorites of these ones, but it's still a very cool and detailed minifigure. Then last up here we have Pixel, and this is one that I do actually have the original figure for, and you can see just how big this is compared. But yeah, you can see this one, of course, is pretty good in torso printing, but the face print is definitely off. Doesn't have the green eyes, and of course, for the hair, they decided to use a sort of metallic paint, which I think works pretty well. It doesn't get that sort of caveman or cave girl sort of hair look, but I think they did a pretty good job for considering what they have. I like how they added the purple here, and this is actually, I believe, just a white. It's on a white. It's completely molded in white, but they added the purple paint over it, which I think works pretty well. And I was having when I first saw the pictures for this, I was having a hard time deciphering whether this was whether the original color for this microfigure was white or purple. And it's white, so yeah, that's just very interesting. And that's pretty much it for all the microfigures. Okay, and this is just something I had to do. The minifigures are playing with small toy minifigures of themselves. I just thought I had to do that. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and take a look at the instruction manual for this set. As you can see on the front, pretty much same stuff that was on the front of the packaging. Then we've got instructions. And instructions, more instructions, and something that's actually interesting that I feel like I should point out is that they show that this plate is a separate piece. However, this piece is actually glued onto the set, so I just thought that was interesting. And then we get the final product. And then on this last page, it shows sort of the timeline of popular minifigures. So you start with the classic policeman in 1978, then the spaceman, and then so on and so forth. We've got some castle or knights or whatever, then pirates, then we've got some sort of city ones, and then we've got some other, moving to the more modern type of figures. You can see we've got Mr. Gold, which is in 2013, and then the new baby figure, which was introduced in 2016. And that's pretty much it for the instructions. So let's go ahead and move on to the end of the video. So overall, I think this is a fantastic promotional set, especially for just a free one. And this was available for purchase if you made purchases at the LEGO store or on Shop at Home with purchases of $75 or more in USD. And I just got to mention there are just some details on this that I forgot to mention, such as this paintbrush, which is pretty cool, which is supposed to, I guess, be used to paint LEGO minifigures. I'm pretty sure that's not how they do it nowadays, but I think that's definitely what LEGO used to do back in their earlier days. And then there's just some other printed pieces, like I forgot to mention, like this arrow, which represents that you can move it that way, and just other things like that. But yeah, and I just really love like a lot of the cool little features. The microfigures are definitely the main selling point of this set. Those are definitely the main reason why anyone would probably want to get this set, and also maybe the sort of LEGO factory worker there. That's also a pretty good reason to get this set. But other than the microfigures and that minifigure, and maybe I guess the cardboard sort of background or whatever, there's pretty much not any other reason to get this set, so this is definitely a very cool free promotional figure. It's definitely not one of the it's definitely not the best one that LEGO has made so far, but it's definitely a really cool one, and I think this one is very fitting for the 40th anniversary of the LEGO minifigure. But overall, if you can get this for a fair price on eBay or Bricklink or whatever, then I would definitely say go ahead and get it. However, if you're really only interested in the microfigures and maybe this figure, I'd probably just recommend getting the pieces on Bricklink instead. I'm not sure how much they cost there, but I'm sure they cost quite a bit. I don't really know, but overall, this is a very neat promotional set, and I'm definitely happy that I was able to get this on the last day of the promotion that it was going on for. But anyways, that's pretty much all I have to say about this set, so I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching, and keep building!